All right, what's up, everybody? Uh, I'm on here a little earlier than when I usually be, cause I'm get on my virtual reality in about a few minutes. I gotta meet somebody on there, but I just want to come on here early, do a little random here and there talk. Like, okay, so check it, right? Um, this talk gonna be about slavery, like slavery was like when I was growing up. I'm in my 30s, so you can do the whole math thing. Um, so you can do the whole math thing if you want, but I'm in my 30s. And so growing up in school back then, they would pound you with everything about slavery and stuff like that. And especially when February comes around, of course, Black History Month and things, they took it more serious back then than what they do now. Like now, it just seemed like that month comes and they talk here and there. You got 28 days to talk about different people. Whereas though back then, from February the 1st down, they talk about uh, slave people. Like Martin Luther King, all them stuff. But now they just choose days with random black people from now to then type thing. But anyway, yeah, so they you know what? Let's erase that. Let's not talk about that. Because I was never into it because they talk about slaves to uproar you, to make you mad and stuff like that. And I never grew up watching movies and none of that stuff. So I never seen Roots. I ain't had the time to sit and watch that anyway. I ain't never watched Roots and none of those other ones because those are like they to me they're just movies and they movies to work people mind up to go against people, to keep you mad, that type thing. It's not something to teach you something. It was to make you just mad. And I wasn't into all that stuff. And they were saying like so you got, was it the trafficking, like human trafficking that's going on right now. Human trafficking was pretty much the slavery time too. It was, they take people from Africa, but they never made it here. Like, yeah, listen, that the boat, like, pull up slave boats or slave ships or whatever you want to call it, and they'll just show you pictures of slave ships and little artifacts of slave ships and artifacts that they built inside of museums of slave ships. Do Viking ships, and you'll actually see a Viking ship. Like, I got this from off of the land, and I'm gonna put it in a museum to show y'all what a Viking ship looks like. They didn't get nothing of a slave ship off of a land and show y'all at all. Now here's the deal: the slave ships from Africa went to places like Brazil, went to places like Jamaica, all the islands, the Caribbean islands, enslaved Africans on the islands. That's why you see most of the darkness going in on the islands that you got down there. Up here in America, it was not like that. Only a few people was brought up here on that traffic level. Well, the thing about the whole American thing when it comes to the slaves is the slaves was more of workers, like employees, like right now. Like, if you are working for somebody here now, you are a slave. Not saying that like in a derogatory, they beat you and stuff like that, because the beating that they give you is you got to come into work, you got to stay this long. But people that's on salary wise, I think is more slave than people that's work hourly wages. They slaving, but they have a say so in there. But it's more that people that on salary don't have a say so. If the boss tell you to come in and work, you come in and work. You're on salary. You make that only one pay. You get $5,000 at the end of every other week. I don't know how much the whole salary thing costs, but you have to do what they say. Whereas though on a regular hourly job wise, you're pretty much, you have the freedom to say what you want to say. So back then I think that's how slavery was. And they try to make it like, oh, slavery was, we was here whipping people left and right and they running through woods and things of that nature to escape was on Underground Railroad and stuff. And that's another thing about the Harriet Tubman thing, like the truth about Harriet Tubman and that whole Underground Railroad thing. The reason why they called it the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman was a train conductor. She was a train conductor, and she would take people on a passageway, not on a passageway for freedom. It was on a passageway because that was her job to do. Ain't got nothing to do with taking people from one end of here and I'm taking them up here to this end, and now they free to run whatever they go at. How would you free to run wherever you go at? Like, the United States was filled with different people on different sides of the face. So there was no freedom or wherever it come from. But that's the whole thing of why they teach it. And the thing is, like, they say that, the winners write the stories. So all these stories and books and movies and things of that nature will get people in a whole uproar about things and had them going just to keep us separate. It's a whole plot of the mind thing on people to keep people separate, and like not multiply, divide, keep the United States divided. So it's weird. It's weird. It's weird as crap. And again, yeah, that's why I never ever got into watching anything about slavery. I was never into it. I was never into it, because my thing is, it is still with me. Like, I'm a person like every other person, but their view on it is different. But I'm a person that I have to see it. I have to know it, and it has to be like right here where there is no lie behind it. Like, you see all truth for me to believe that. Like, I don't doubt nothing, but I have to, you have to prove this thing. Like, all these lies and people taking to the grave type stuff, like you'll never know, stuff like that. It's weird, bro. It's weird, because then they be like, well, we'll never know. That's the fucked up part. Like, why not? And why is this person taking this to the grave? And what is going on with that? Like, the people who works for like the presidents and stuff like that, the Secret Service people, and they take stuff that they done seen and saw and heard of and all that stuff straight to the grave because they signed a contract saying I can't talk about it. Fuck that. First of all, if I'm on my deathbed, if I am on my deathbed, what are you going to do to me? You going to come and kill me off faster? Fuck it. Like, what would that even mean? Like, what would that even mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, what possibility will I want to live on from that point? Like, what possibilities you got to live on? What, I'm going to just get the fuck up off my bed and just go run down the street now and, oh, I feel free now. And all that. No, that bed is your bed. That's where you stationed at. So, yeah, I will tell all. I will get into it and tell all. I tell everything. Like, why not? The only thing that can come out of this is that they jump on it real quick, edit it, or jump on it real quick and delete it. That's it. That's the only thing that they can do. Ain't shit that they can do to you. They can kill you off, yeah, but you done lived your life. You done lived what you had to do. You done did what you had to do, and then that was that. So, yeah, it's a lot of, like, the Secret Service people and all that. And so, like, like crime scenes. And I'm not in the cops or all that detective shit like that, but I do like crime scenes. Now, it sound weird. It sound weird. I know it do. But here's the deal. I'm not saying that like, oh, I got to see the gruesomeness and all that. No, like, my thing about crime scenes is crime scenes speak volume, as in like, something happened here and I want to know, that type thing, like, and they only give you what they want to give you. So if they had found out a whole totally, like, like videos was up, like the Nipsey Hussle thing. Nipsey Hussle, prime example. Nip had video cameras in his store, inside the store, outside the store, on the side of the store. There was one at that Metro PCS that was beside his, not Metro, it was a Boost Mobile beside his store, and it was one beside the other, like on the other end on this side of the store. Like, the nigga had cameras, HD cameras, like 4K cameras, not that little grainy shit that they showed about what had happened. They pulled a camera from over there. I'm pretty sure they got the whole video, everything that happened right there on the cameras right there, but they didn't want to show you or they don't tell you or none of that stuff. And it's weird. And that's the type of stuff that I want to see. I'm on that whole, I want to see what happened. You get me? Like when King Von got shot. When Von got shot, that shit was in 4K. And for people to, it was weird how like the world works today, as in like, oh, we putting a hit out on Quando Rondo's head. You'd be like, dude, for what? Like this nigga ain't even kill him. Like it's weird, brother. Like it's weird. Like, and everybody coming for him. I'm like, what, 1 million? And you're like, well, put 8 million out on him. Nigga put 8 million on his head. It's like, dude, first of all, what are you trying to kill this dude for? Why are you trying to kill this dude? First, he was the victim. This nigga came and plucked him. Like he the one that came and hit him and everything. And I never ever spoke, like, a lot of people that came out on YouTube and stuff like that spoke about the whole situation and their whole put together stuff like that. Listen, man, here's the deal. I don't know what the whole beef was. I never followed these dudes like that. Because they like the now rappers I was never into. But the track back to that day, everything that the producer dude, when he came on and he was talking to Academic about, and he was saying, like, it was like kind of one of those based on a true story type event he was telling. And everything he was saying was like here and there bits and parts, because you watch the video and hear what he's saying is like, okay. And the shit where he was talking about what they did at the party and led up to him going there and stuff like that. You don't know what happened in between there. Like that in between, he can tell whatever story he wanted from that point. What you see on the video is everything that you can tell on the whole part that you want. So when he exited the car, first of all, they said Rondo was already there. He was there way earlier than before. He was just sleeping in the goddamn car. He so on the video, when he was talking to the driver, he was faced like this way. It's not like he was looking through the front windows, peeking out, seeing who the hell was all and all that. He was faced this way, talking to the driver. And Tim, like he even told what the fuck happened. He even said what's up. But anyway, he's talking to the driver, facing this way. Von's coming out the whole crowd of niggas that he had over there, and he's walking over this way. And this nigga walking with 20 niggas, or I couldn't even count how many heads, but they was deep as a whore. And they're walking towards the truck. Von looks, it's 2 white trucks. The one Quando standing at, which was here, and then there was a white truck parked off camera right here. Or if you get to the other camera, there was on camera right here. He walks, and the minute he passes both trucks, it's not like he's looking this way at this truck. Not worried about that. He's looking at that truck. As he walks, he looks at that truck, and his head flips and look that way. He catches Quando. It's not like Quando, or they was like, yo, Quando, like boom, there go Von type shit. Quando turns around on a normal base. He ain't turning around like, oh, is that Von? Like, no. He was turning around on a normal base, walking back to the truck that he was sitting in. He's walking, and as he walked, of course, you already know what happened. Von walked up, plucked the nigga, smack up, a few here and there. Now, if you are with me, you all my boys, it's 20 of y'all niggas. There is no reason why the star nigga should be in the open. He should not be in the open. So if it's a fight, you surround him. Like, just go get around him. Get around the whole truck. If the driver come out the truck, grab that nigga. What's his name? still on? All right, bet. Now somebody rang the doorbell, yo. Fucking like, yo, these people stupid, yo. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I can't wait to get out of here though. But anyway, yeah. So, as the whole entourage, you're supposed to crowd your guy, get around him, and when you get around him, it's not like if Tim came out and started popping, he's gonna pop a few of your dudes. That's fine. Y'all was made to protect him, so you should have been there to protect him. Y'all take the bullets. He would have still been alive. Not the case. Y'all literally let this dude pound on this guy and twist his whole body around to the back of the car, hitting on him, twisting his body to the back of the car. And it's still out in the open. So who the first person Tim see when he hit that corner was Vaughn. It's not like he was pointing, like I'm gonna kill Vaughn on sight. It wasn't none of that crap. It was literally that's his boy. This nigga tokes a gun. Like he tokes a gun. Grabbed this shit, came out, and popped the first nigga in sight, which was Vaughn. No, there wasn't nobody that was on the side of him. If it was somebody on the side of him, he would have popped him on sight first. He popped whoever was on sight first, and that was Vaughn. So it wasn't like his boys had fully protected him and none of that. And then I heard one of the dudes, I think the one that got shot in the head, or when he died. One of them died. Another dude had got shot in the head. He survived that crap. But he shot Tim. It wasn't the undercover cop. He shot Tim. The undercover cop shot the guy who shot Tim. That's why you seen when he shot Tim, Tim twisted, boom, and fell to the ground without the gun in the hand. Nothing on camera that showed you, but the undercover cop shoots the guy who shoots him. That's why you see Tim just get the fuck off the ground and get in the truck. Because you'll wonder if this dude is the shooter and all that stuff, and he's out there shooting, how come he got to get up off the ground and get inside of the car and get taken away? So yeah, when he got shot and he twisted, his gunfire was done for. This dude, they were saying, kept shooting at Tim, but his gun jammed. The undercover cop was just coming around, and that's how come that dude got shot. You feel what I'm saying? Though it was 2-3 other people that got shot. One got killed, but yeah, that's how he had got shot. But that whole plan out, that whole everything that happened was just like one of them unfortunate event things. And like I was saying, for everybody to take, I mean, this the young era anyway, so they do what they do, but it's like, dude, you're going after the wrong dude. He wasn't the one that even shot him. He was the one that got his ass whooped by him. So you're gonna kill a dude who got his ass whooped? I don't even understand that. He associated with him. So it's weird. So I just stay out of all that. So yeah, back to the Nipsey. Nip. There was 4K cameras at Nip's store where everything took place. And the only camera they gave us was a 1986 camera. It was so grainy, like crazy. Like, who does that? We couldn't. The only way we tell what happened to Nip is you can tell which one was Nip. Other than that, Eric Holder walking up the what's his face, you can't really see him that much. It's all grainy and stuff. All you know is he stood there, on that side of the car, and you see Nip stand there for a second, then he turned for a second, then he drops. Then you'll see a figure or whatever it is, go like this, then come back, and then go like this, and then come back, and then go over top of Nip. And the only way you knew it was Nip because he had the little white shirt over top of his head. And he did what he did to Nip, and he left and stuff. So that case is like the only big case that I wanna see. I was on a cruise when he had got killed, so it was weird because we just left Miami, like we just left. No, yeah. Like we was just about to leave Miami when I heard that he had got killed, like almost out in the water, like away from where your signal would be gone because you can't get no signal out in the middle of the water. And we just heard, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So Yeah, it just weirded out because it's like, what the fuck happened? And then you had that girl who he was with. She trying to take the heat off of her. Trying to make it seem like Eric Holder was just a crazy motherfucker. And I didn't know him and I didn't know what was going on and shit like that. Like, you're not a proper girl. So it's not like niggas gonna believe your alibi. You're a ghetto ass chick. So you can sit there and lie too. Like, the fuck out of here, man. With that bullshit you were saying. Like, all that crazy shit because you turned them in thinking that you did a good deed. Nah, man. Not at all. But not saying that you was with him to do the shit, but all that story you was telling is not yeah, it wasn't, that shit don't add up with what she was saying. And it's a street code thing, so you maybe not know really what the fuck happened. Or maybe the whole you a snitch thing did set him off. Like, you ain't gonna call me no snitch type shit. Because they said he was even calm. Like, he was calm, not even acting rowdy on it. But like on a whole thought plan is when he realized like he don't have nobody here with him. He here, he acted cool. Like, give him a 5, shit like that. Like, I ain't gonna act out. I ain't gonna do that shit right now. And then left, realizing that he ain't got nobody. Went on to pull around the corner and told I'll be back. And when I heard this nigga shot him with 2 different guns, it's crazy. Because the way he's shooting, it looked like he just shooting him with 1 gun. Or he shot him with 2 different guns and stuff. But the fatal blow was definitely the one to the back of the head, man. That joint. Like, it's just weird. Like, he went to, he go to the store alone all the time. But at that moment, I think he should have just left instead of hanging around. When he seen him and said that, he should have went inside the store or did some stuff or something. Not saying he was going to be protected because everybody he had hired for his store was like ex-felons, so they couldn't have guns. But he should have just been on and pieced out like, I'm going to go ahead and dip. Once he seen Eric Holder leave, I'm going to go ahead and dip for a second. I'll be back around here later on type stuff. And came back. But, everybody's fate is where it's at. You never can tell what's going to happen until it happens. So, it's crazy. Yeah. But that's my random talk. I'm sorry for the whole pausing that happened. Somebody rang the doorbell. I hate it in this joint with these people. But anyway, yeah, I'll try to come back on tomorrow. Or maybe a little later. If the person ain't on a VR when I get there. And I just get off and I'll come back on here a little later. All right.